Sometimes life is like flying in a plane. You think everything's going to be all right. But at some moment in time, you know it can change. You board that airplane with confidence. You scrunch in your economy seat, and you take a few sips of that complimentary coffee that they serve you, and then all of a sudden, turbulence hits. Now at this point, you have two choices. You can either go with the flow, or you can grab the side of your seat, panic, and throw up. Madam Toastmaster, Toastmasters and guests, how do you handle turbulence in your life? The worst turbulence I ever experienced was in the year 2002. It was the worst year of my life. I was laid off from my job that I held for 15 years. At the same time, I was evicted from my flat in San Francisco because wealthy people bought the building and decided to move in. My dad died. My mother became so unable to take care of herself, I had to admit her to assisted care. My car died permanently. I had to give up my cat because the new place I moved into didn't allow animals. And the worst thing that happened, I was called to jury duty. There was so much turbulence in my life that I thought about shutting down. But somehow, I found the strength to cope. And when things began to snowball, I laughed. In fact, I looked up at the heavens and I said, "You, come on, bring it on. How much more can you give me? I can take it." Now you may ask, how did I survive such an awful year? By feeling it. That was one half of my coping mechanism. Not to ignore it, or numb it, or to blame somebody else, but just to feel what I was feeling, as awful as it was. If I was feeling betrayed by my company, I let myself feel angry. If I felt anguish because my father had died, I would cry. If I felt like I wasn't helping my mother enough, I would feel helpless. I would sit with these emotions until they began to dissolve. And they would. But of course they would return in waves, wave after wave. But with each wave I would say, what needs doing now? What do I need to do? And oddly enough, I found the most simple of chores gave me strength. That was the second half of my coping mechanism. Feelings aren't for explaining or justifying. They're to be noticed, experienced, and accepted, while we go on doing what needs to be done. Picking up the phone, making an appointment, asking for help. What I learned from all this turbulence is that I'm stronger than I thought. But the biggest gift that I was given, I now have a wider, gentler perspective of the world. Now that the worst was over, I could be a better person when things go well. These days, when I talk to my mother, I have more patience. She suffers from dementia, and she's also hard of hearing. But when I go visit her, I take a deep breath, and I put myself in her shoes. And when a friend comes to talk to me about how stressful her job is and how she can't sleep at night, I listen. I don't try to fix it. I just try to be there with her. These days, it is easier for me to smile and laugh and enjoy life and be in the moment. There's nothing like turbulence to help you grow and to appreciate everyone that surrounds you. So the next time you experience turbulence, hold on to your seat. You just might be learning some valuable lessons. And just in case, don't forget to bring your barf bag.